Hi, everybody. It's Thursday, December 21st, 2023. Good, very early morning here in Las Vegas. Welcome to Against the Public. I'm Dana Lane. This is your first look at early betting patterns and where you might want to stay clear of those early positions. Today, I've identified 3 college basketball games for Thursday where I think the early money is going in the wrong direction, so we're going to run the other way. After the show, go to Pickdawgz.com where you'll find my top 3 college basketball selections for one low price of $49.99. And of course, that package always comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must make a profit or get an immediate site credit for the purchase price. Get on that pass or get on my all access pass. You can get every single one of my plays from the NFL, college football, which scorching hot this year, NBA, NHL, college basketball. Get every one of my plays for the next 30 days, the next 90 days, the next annual pass, 365 days. Get every single one of those for less than $100 a month. If you need more reasons to become an all-access customer, look no further than what we've done in football. And, of course, football is cranking back up tomorrow with a bowl game tomorrow and then the NFL tomorrow. And we're off and running, really, after a little bit of a lull in college and pro football for the first time in quite a while. But we're right back at it tonight with the college football bowl game when the Boca Raton Bowl kicks off between South Florida and Syracuse. And, of course, you guys know if you go to Pickdawgz.com, you can see very clearly I'm the #1 college football handicapper on the site with 59% winners this season, good for 2,445 units of profit. And that number has only strengthened as the season has progressed. 88-59 record, 60% winners, plus 2,300 units over the last 90 days. A 19-6 current run over the last 30 days, plus 1,240 units. 7-0 current streak over the last week. That has really pumped up those numbers. So a great time to get strong at the end of the year where sometimes, you say, hey, I had a great regular season. You don't put as much work into the bowl games, but 7-0 to start the postseason. NFL last 30 days, 22-13, 63% winners, 760 units won. That's #1 in that span, and 60% winners over the last week. So for better or worse, guys, I always let my numbers speak for themselves. And right now, especially in football, they're absolutely screaming. So make sure you get involved. And also, I want to remind you, I have that college football bowl package that's up there. And it's a great price. It's $99. Get every single one of my plays from now until the end of the bowl season. So $99 gives you every single play. That's also something that you might want to think about as well. To become an all-access member, go to Pickdawgz.com. Purchase one of my various packages for less than $100 a month. Okay, so let's get to our Thursday free plays. And we're going to start it off with game number 783 and 784, TCU Horned Frogs, minus 15.5, 147.5 versus the Old Dominion Monarchs. And there has been a small amount of movement after opening minus 15 in favor of the Frogs. Most of that is probably mid-level money. Just brought it down a tick or maybe some book adjustments on that. But it does allow us to shop for a better number instead of the 14.5 that I'm giving here in Vegas. So we're going to take that 15.5, which is a consensus number. So you should be able to find that pretty easy. And we know that ODU has not been great against the number this season, but TCU really hasn't either, despite their 8-1 record. Overall, they're 4-5 against the spread. They've dropped 4 of their last 6 against the number, and they are off a strong win and a cover against Arizona State, but the Frogs had a hard time putting teams away that is not named Houston Christian, and we've seen that time and time again. And part of the reason why you struggle either whether it's win-loss records or against the spread, you just can't find that consistency. So I'm anticipating a step backwards after a good game against Arizona State. To me, they simply just don't have enough shooters that are going to put teams away from 3. Emmanuel Miller is their leading scorer, but he's certainly not somebody that you can rely on from deep. He hasn't had a three-pointer in those last 3 games. So I'm going to take ODU plus 15.5. Game number 2, this is really interesting. to watch this, just maybe from a personal standpoint as well. 7 o'clock Eastern time, game 659 and 660. The Kentucky Wildcats minus 13.5, 157.5 against the Louisville Cardinals. And some smaller books open this game as high as I'm seeing 15.5, but it is settled down to 13.5, and that's what the opening number is here in town. I don't know a program that has fallen faster and farther than the Louisville Cardinals. Notre Dame's probably a close second, but we could see that coming because right after and I'm not going to go off on a Notre Dame tangent, but you could tell that Mike Bray has, he basically hung it up during the COVID year. There's been nothing there at Notre Dame, and there certainly is very little at Louisville as well. If you look at the recruiting has not been impressive. The transfer portals, the guys that they got in a transfer portal has not been impressive, despite early rankings saying that, it looks like a pretty good recruiting class. It really has not worked out. It's been a month since Louisville's had back-to-back covers. Only one time this season have they had back-to-back straight-up wins. And that 12-point loss to Arkansas State, to me, told me all I needed to know. Yep, really good against Pepperdine, looked great. It does not wipe the taste of Arkansas State out of my mind. To me, that was the bottom for Kenny Payne's team. And I don't know how long Payne is going to be there. We talked about this before with this program, and now you got Rick Pitino coming out and talking about how far the program is falling and how Louisville allowed this program to hit rock bottom. This is a massive game for the Cardinals, not only because you have Rick Pitino talking trash about not trash, but you know what I'm saying, talking about the program, but attendance is way down there as well. And when attendance is down, that's when administration starts taking a close eye and putting you under the microscope. They get this win. It's a big Band-Aid for the program. The problem is, I think the wound right now is bigger than any Band-Aid that Kentucky could provide for them. And I don't think they're going to get to cover anyway, so there's no sense of talking about it. We're going to take Kentucky minus 13.5. And then game number 3, 3:30 Eastern time. Check that, 6:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Pacific. 7:27, 7:28. Stony Brook, the Seawolves versus Michigan State. Michigan State minus 22, 136.5. I've been to Stony Brook. I yet to see a Seawolf, but anyway, that's another subject. This number's come down from opening 137, so we're going to take that small advantage there. Sparty started the season by cashing 7 straight unders at one point, but then since then have cashed 3 straight overs. They've averaged 79 points a game in those 3 games, and that included an 88-point effort against the Baylor Bears. Don't know how we feel about Baylor after their loss to North Carolina, check that, to Duke, but regardless, 88 points against Baylor, that's pretty impressive. And I see offensively that they're starting to get stronger. The Seawolves, though, they've also matched Michigan State. They've cashed 3 straight overs. They've averaged 83 points a game in that span. And to me, I just need a little bit more production from Stony Brook inside. Guys that are around the program say, they're really good from around the perimeter. I mean, talk about Notre Dame. That was always their game forever, too. Really good from around the perimeter, not so good inside the paint. And that's really what Stony Brook's story has been this year. I think they're going to get enough from their bread and butter behind the arc. Michigan State's not that great at defending outside of the arc. They're more than happy to control the paint rather than go out and contest these threes. And I think that we're going to see a lot of that tonight against Stony Brook. So we're going to take this, what seems to be a generous number, and we're going to go over the 136.5. So that does it for our 3 games today. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with my top college basketball selections up there right now for $49.99. You get all 3 of those plays, plus our Pick Dawgz win guarantee. My 30-day, 90-day, and annual passes are up there as well. Get involved in that. That way you get every single one of my plays from every sport sent to you on a daily basis. And let's keep growing that bankroll. And before we go, let's just recap our free plays. Old Dominion plus 15.5, Kentucky minus 13.5, Stony Brook, Michigan State over 136.5. That does it for today's show. Thank you for watching. And again, broke another record for views last night. let's hit that 2,000 mark today. And I appreciate all the nice words. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but no matter what, I've always had great feedback, and I appreciate everybody's kind words. I wish you nothing but the best with the. If this was the end of the beginning of the video, I would have done it again, but it's at the very end. I wish you nothing but the best with your wagers this week and on Thursday, and we'll see you again on Friday. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining us on Against the Public.